What's up, Alberto here. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's May 31st. I have all your latest news updates, all right, with a potential swap deal that could be offered up for Juventus. Adrien Rabiot receives his offer from Juve. We'll look at the details, a deal that should be finalized next week, and the latest updates around the fullback scenario in the mercato for Juventus. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to kick things off with Aston Villa. Aston Villa apparently could be ready to offer up Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz. He's got 9 goals, 5 assists in about 35 appearances, all right, and he's got a decent market value on him, but apparently the deal would be a swap for a player Aston Villa has long been linked for and interested in, and that is Matthias Sule. The other player in the swap deal would be Weston McKennie, all right, so that is what's being rumored up. Number one, I got to get your thoughts on that potential swap hypothetically, but apparently Douglas Luiz is only seen as an alternative to Adrien Rabiot, and Adrien Rabiot today has apparently received the offer from Juventus. The offer is as follows. It is 2 years contract with a 3rd year option, and the salary is 7.5 million euros to Adrien Rabiot. The offer is in. It is there. Now we await the answer, all right? So Juventus makes their push. It really surprises many that we are going that route, that we are going to commit to him. It doesn't surprise everybody though, because he's been our best midfielder over these past couple seasons. But for me, that's kind of like a situation that 2 wrongs don't make a right. All right, because being our best midfielder over this time isn't actually saying a lot. For me, I still don't see the value at that wage in Adrien Rabiot. But what did we know going into this mercato? We knew Juve was going to have to utilize free agency, and Adrien Rabiot is exactly that, a free agent. Nonetheless, now we sit and wait to see what Adrien Rabiot's decision is. And yes, there is still interest from a couple clubs, and Bayern Munich is one of them that could maybe tempt Adrien Rabiot. All right, now we get to Di Gregorio. The agreement is there with Juventus, and the deal, there is a meeting set for next week that should finalize everything. The terms are as follows. Di Gregorio will see a contract to 2029 at 2 million per year plus some bonuses. All right, as far as the deal terms, it is a loan with obligation to purchase that kicks in February of 2025. All right, so that's the latest on Di Gregorio. Should be finalized very, very soon. What does this mean with the other 2 keepers? The exact same. Juve is going to have to figure out a scenario. Perin wants to go somewhere and start. There has been loose rumors around Fiorentina, okay? With Szczesny, hey, Juve wants to get that salary off the books, but a move is going to be difficult because of that exact same salary. However, he could apparently be tempted by Liverpool or Manchester City, who are both looking to change keepers. So this is going to be an interesting one to follow, that goalkeeping situation, all right? Quick reminder as we continue with the news. If you enjoy the content, smash that subscribe button right now and join the AJC army as we give you full coverage around Juventus. Now, Thiago Giallo could leave, not just on a loan this summer, but potentially permanently as well. A sale option has not been ruled out, okay? And he could be saying goodbye. For Dusan Vlahovic, the latest we know for quite some time, he is set to earn 12 million euros. He's contracted by Juventus until 2026. Juve has been trying to bring that wage down, find some type of agreement. This is going to be very, very difficult. The player himself has always openly expressed his love for the bianconeri, his will to remain and everything. However, the situation and that salary could be what makes Juventus act. As far as Zirkzee goes, Zirkzee is the alternative. He is not an addition to having Dusan Vlahovic around, all right? And of course, he's got that clause for 40 million euros that is valid until August 15th. 15th. So we will see if anything develops there. Dusan Vlahovic wants to remain at Juventus. Juve trying to clean up the wages, all right? So we will see what happens. The fullback situation is as follows. You have Dorgu with an impressive debut season at Lecce this year. He is on the target list. Tagliafico is on the target list. Jan Couto is on the target list. And Mazraoui, who has long been on the target list for Juventus. But Di Lorenzo, apparently the hottest name for Juventus at the fullback position, okay? And apparently, yes, there have been contacts between Giuntoli, Di Lorenzo, and his agent. And according to Mirko Di Natale, the contacts have been constant as Juve pushes to try and see if they can make something work. But the price tag is what's lingering around this entire thing, and it's 20 million euros. And Juve has to figure out how they make that happen, and it could be through some other sales. But Di Lorenzo and Juventus in constant contacts. And in the background, you have Antonio Conte, who is currently working on making Di Lorenzo stay and have a change of heart. But apparently there is a full and strong rift between ADL and Di Lorenzo has created the separation and said it is done. We have to wait and see, but of course we will be following this one. You all know how I feel that would be a solid addition for Juventus. Now, a couple of last little tidbits. Montero set to become next-gen coach, and for Primavera, the name popping up is Magnanelli. Magnanelli could become the next Primavera coach. That is your news break to today. You guys know the drill, all right? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, but let's mix it up in the comments. I want to hear from all of you. What do you think about all of today's news, all right? Tomorrow I'll bring you another update, and then Sunday morning we are live to tackle this week's round of news, all right? So until tomorrow, as always, fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.